Hello and welcome everybody to the High Ground Podcast. I was super excited to do another community day, especially after Disney Day. We got all the stuff to drop, and then nothing really dropped. So, wanted to still do it, have people come on. And I wanted to bring on, my dad, Element 7, and just hang out with you guys. There is some news, there is some things to talk about. Look forward to hanging out with you and the rest of the community. And we were going to do that right here on the High Ground. Whew. How's it going, Pep? Yeah, happy Life Day. So everyone in the chat, and I'm going to bring the chat up on the screen in just a moment here. But at least for anyone who is sitting in there right now, I'm going to do some shouts out to What's Up Starfax, St. Pat, X-Core Gamer Skills, Darthman86, our good old boy Jordy Jedi, Connor, the future Spider-Man. We got Chase Forward into Black, Amber Medina. Did I already say hi to her? Camilla, Luke, Padawan's podcast, Aiden Talk Star Wars Topics, CB. Super awesome to always have, these just awesome people in the community as well as fellow content creators to hang out. But something you and I haven't spoken about, and I was hoping to get other people's views on it just a little bit before we brought everyone on, but your thoughts on the Kathleen Kennedy news? They cannot hear Pep. Um, that is strange because everything should be set up just like normal. Let me double check this. If I change the oh, I did that myself. That was entirely my fault. Now they should be able to hear you, Pep.
Hello. Hi. F in the chat if you can hear me. So thoughts on Kathleen Kennedy news. Well, on one side, I'm like, this is great news because she has been spearheading everything that we've gotten for the past couple of years. Mandalorian, Ahsoka, all the shows that are incoming, Acolyte, and it's continuing forward. We're slowly approaching Book of Boba Fett, and then we're slowly approaching Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I feel like, just like changing directors, if you were to change her position out in the middle of this kind of wave, it would really hurt the narrative that that they're setting up with all of these shows, especially if all these shows are planning to connect to the sequels. So I'm glad that she extended her contract, but I'm also doubly glad that she extended her contract so that all of those people are wrong, and it makes them angry.
You know what though? You know who's probably having a great day is people like Mike Zero, because now they have 3 more years of content that they can of the same video that they could just make over and over and over again.
I bet day one of like the new contract, whenever it starts, like day one, he's gonna release a video that's like Kathleen Kennedy already bad at her job or something.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I know I have feelings and stuff about it, and that, like, yes, there's been some turmoil. We might be losing the Patty Jenkins film, and there has been stuff that goes on with directors, and them not seeing eye to eye if that's truly what happened here. But is that necessarily a bad thing? So famously, Solo had like a lot of problems with its production, and they swapped out directors. Now, Alden Ehrenreich said that before, with the directing that he was receiving, he felt like Ace Ventura. So he might have been overacting a bit under the previous direction, and so maybe that was the best decision. A lot of people love Rogue One. That movie pretty much had its spine ripped out and placed back in. If there's
wasn't Ant-Man kind of like problematic as well?
oh yeah, there was like lots of crazy stuff going on with that. Um, Overall though, if your problem with like the sequels is that there was no plan, um, don't you want them to have a plan and stick to that plan and not allow directors that are going to deviate from it? Or do you want the directors to have free reign? It seems like you didn't want that. I don't know. I don't know. It goes back and forth.
I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to whether or not it was creative differences. I mean, we can speculate all day long about what happened and if that in fact happened. But I think if the rumors are true, if RJ's films were shelved and Patty Jenkins's film was shelved, then we have to look beneath the headline and just kind of gauge what made that happen. And if it's just like scheduling conflicts, then there's nothing to worry about. Like, it really is just something that happens in the film industry.
Yeah. Additionally, like you said, scheduling conflicts. That's one of the problems that you may have to deal with if you're getting big name directors on these projects, right? Patty Jenkins has more Wonder Woman films and has some other things. So sometimes the timing doesn't work out. Benioff and Weiss, they were going to be doing a bunch of series for Netflix, and so their thing fell through. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to just pull up the chat here alongside us so we can see what you awesome people are thinking, and also have people start receiving their links. So if you want to join the conversation, then feel free to join our Discord. Basically, in the public Discord, there will be a voice chat that you can join. I have our good friend of the channel, Sawyerism, should be there. We just basically want to make sure people's cameras can turn on, people aren't naked. Like, we ain't trying to play chat roulette here. That's what I'm trying to avoid. It's a chat roulette situation. So if you want to hop on, please feel free to join in the public server, and then join us here.
Do it now so that you guys can talk to us and just talk about Star Wars in general. I always love these like community-based things simply because like nothing is off the table. And if you do have like I guess differing opinions about anything, you are more than welcome to come on as well, and you can have civil discourse.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't just us looking to high five ourselves. we want to hang out with the people. That being said, I did not put this out on Twitter for my own safety, but yeah, anyone who received it, we're more than welcome to hop on and chat with us.
How many are we waiting for?
I figured we could take on should be able to take on 3 at a time.
Okay.
Let me just see how that.
We have 2 people in. I just have to. I guess I'm gonna wait for the 3rd, and then I'll transfer them.
All right, perfect. And So let me know when you are ready to bring him in, and I will swap over the scenes. But real quick, let's catch up. We got Jonah Davis. I'm getting all the content. So is KK confirmed by Lucasfilm? Everything I've seen seems pretty official, but not only that, they told us in April. The CEO is like, yeah, we're gonna enjoy having her on for a few years to come. And let's see here.
Is my volume okay now?
Does someone have the link? Nico, if you want to hop into the our server, then you can absolutely join. Let me see if I can grab a link and put that in the chat to the public server. That might help y'all out.
Do you want to just bring these two that we have, since the third's not coming in?
Absolutely. All right. How's it going, handsome gentlemen?
What's going on?
How's it going?
How goes it?
It is fantastic. Awesome to see you guys. Basically, now this is a double diet moment, or
I guess so.
Is that what you would call it?
Sort of, I guess. I guess this is like our first ever like co thing. So this is interesting.
It is.
First time for everything.
Yeah, like we've both of us have never been on another podcast at the same time, so that's cool.
No. This is interesting.
So yeah, go ahead and start by introducing yourselves.
Do you want to go first, Luke, or should I?
No, you go first. I'll give you the
Okay.
honor since I start all the time.
All right. Hello, I'm CharCharJ. You can also find me on TikTok at CharCharJ, and I am a co-host at the Podwans podcast with my fellow companion Luke down here. We go live every Thursday to talk different Clone Wars arcs, and yeah, it's pretty much my introduction. And go ahead, Luke.
Hi guys, it's Luke from the Podwans podcast. Like Char said, we go live on YouTube and Twitch every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This week we're talking about lightsaber Lost episodes, so come join us. Both of them. Wait, hold on. Choco's been on. Element will be on at some point. That is for sure.
Also, I think Choco and I have only appeared like on 2 together.
Yeah, we went on Conspiracy Cantina together, as well as Too Black, Too Nerdy. I have to do the sign that I made up for it.
I was like, wow, he really had to do that. That's awesome.
Oh, hey, Chase.
What's up, Chase? We have Forward Into the Black. How you doing, buddy?
Are you there? You muted?
Chase?
Can you hear us?
Is Chase
We
safe?
can't hear you.
I just heard him lip sync 2 curse words I am not going to repeat.
Oh man,
That's all good.
I think they started with a S and a F, but
and also I am quite purple, so let me.
Can you hear me now?
oh, there you go.
There we go.
All right, perfect.
How you doing,
I
buddy?
did see
How you
that
doing
you
today?
had.
I'm doing really good.
I saw
How's
that you had
everyone here?
Oculus selected as your stuff.
Yeah, it does. It likes to take priority of everything.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, so are you playing all of your like ship sims in 3D and stuff?
A lot of the times I do. Like for Elite Dangerous, if I'm not doing something that requires like I need the stock market up, yeah, I'll do it in VR. I do Squadrons in VR a lot too. That's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's actually what's been keeping me from it. Is I want to play it in VR. That way I can like look around in the cockpit, because it's really hard to see stuff.
Yeah.
as is.
Not a good idea, Choco. You're flying a ship. You need to be focused then, not looking around.
Yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Luke.
I'm just saying, like,
we just suck at flying to begin with. Just because
Hey,
I
that's
haven't
why there's They
established
Fly
that I'm a
now.
pilot.
oh yeah, that's true.
For some reason, the rainbow puke fix is not fixing me. So let's see here. Yeah, for anyone who sees that I'm purple, I do not know why I'm purple, but let me let me try this. All right. Any better? Let's see. I have to wait for the chat to catch up.
While we're
No,
dealing with this
does
delay,
not appeal then.
I'll do this.
Cammy Leon.
Chameleon.
If you get that joke.
All right.
Get it? Because chameleon.
What but what do you guys think of the Kathleen Kennedy news, and what do you think about what we've seen with, because other people are also pointing to this past Disney Day and Star Wars kind of failure to produce anything that generates excitement, to be meaning another reason that she should be gone. Well, what do you guys think of that?
So my honest opinion is, it's kind of a no-brainer that she got an extension, because it's like, why? She's made Disney a whole bunch of money. Why wouldn't they bring her back? Kind of thing. Even though a lot of the films have been decisive, like from a financial standpoint, like she's made them money. She hasn't lost them money, except for maybe one movie, and that really wasn't its own fault. So, but like from the standpoint, like you were saying earlier, Chaco, it just gives Mike Zero more plug time. He gets to make more content, so that's great. Yay!
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him.
I was
Pay
worried.
them bills.
I was worried about him, so he's not
sure,
gonna go
yeah.
hungry. Yeah.
No, but yes, Disney Plus Day was disappointing, but my thing is like, if they don't release it, at least we don't have the issue of they're releasing too much. Like we get oversaturated. Like what I keep telling people is, yeah, we might not be getting stuff now, but 2022 is gonna be like, we're gonna have so much content hitting us throughout the entire year that it's almost worth it that we didn't get anything like in the later part of this year. You know what I mean? Like there's so much coming. I mean, we're probably gonna get. I would probably say we either get Kenobi in May, or even Camilla and Beth were talking about it. Mara J. Skywalker, we're talking about Kenobi coming out in March, which I think would be interesting, because if it's 6 episodes, you go all the way through, you do late March, early April, it hits May 4th if it's releasing on a Wednesday. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we're going to get so much content that I'm really not too upset about it.
Well, an addendum to that question, do you think that it was disappointing in the sense that we didn't get Star Wars? Because it is Disney Plus Day, not Star Wars Day.
Yeah. I mean, they had other stuff that they wanted to push. Like it like Star Wars sells itself. I mean, it does have its own day. So I mean, and we've got Celebration coming up. Like Marvel they get a small Comic-Con this year, so it's like, what are they gonna show? So I mean, Star Wars did take a back seat, but Lucasfilm can do whatever they want. They can release whatever they want when they want to do it. So
I think that's the key to it. Yeah, is if you look at everything that was like announced on Disney Plus Day, everyone's kind of saying like, oh, it was all Marvel, it was all Marvel. It was all Disney. Like the amount of stuff that came out on Disney Plus Day that was just straight up Disney related, like Hocus Pocus 2, Rescue Rangers, that kind of stuff. Like we got a lot of cool stuff like that. And again, I know there's crossover, but my assumption is the amount of people who would tune into something like Disney Plus Day that Disney's actually concerned about probably aren't the Star Wars fans, because they're going to get their own events and get their own announcements. We already got the trailer for Boba Fett, which comes out next month. Like that's a big deal. I think people are kind of undermining, like, you're getting a whole show in a month. Calm down.
Yeah.
I like how Julia Christine in the chat says, no nuance November. Fans set themselves up for failure.
Yeah.
And I think it's an interesting conversation to have about, the state of the fandoms needing trailers to like hype themselves up for something. Like we know Book of Boba Fett's coming. We know Kenobi is coming. Do we need a specific day where all that stuff drops and we're just like discombobulated?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't too upset with how they did the whole thing, was because we know all that's coming. We didn't have to know all that information in the back of our head. We know that it's going to be a matter of time before it's going to be right in front of us.
Yeah.
And yes, I know it builds anticipation for what's coming, but it's not really needed. We're going to find out soon. I mean, I think the earliest we're going to get a trailer for the Kenobi show will be, I'd say, probably sometime after Book of Boba Fett premieres.
Yeah, and I'm not super in the loop with like the Disney and Marvel stuff, but like that seemed like a majority of it was like these are things we didn't know about beforehand and we now know about. Like the Baymax trailer, X-Men 97, maybe some of that Marvel stuff had been leaked or something like that, but for me that was a lot of stuff that was like, oh, this is new, that's new. Whereas like we know Andor is coming, we know Kenobi is coming, we know Rogue Squadron is coming. It's all on the way. So
Cue the element saying patience in the Yoda voice. That's what we need.
Patience.
Yes. Because, I mean, literally, we're getting all this stuff. What I think Disney could do, they always have something for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is in February. If the theory is right that it's coming out in March, it only makes sense for it to drop a, like, $1 million. It'll have astronomical numbers. Like, it'll have probably close to what Spider-Man No Way Home had.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening where it has its own spot for Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
And it would create a lot of attention, of course. I feel like that would be the best way we're going to see it is.
I mean, yeah. Sorry to jump in. I thought.
Go ahead.
You're
No,
finished.
all you.
But I mean, that was the first time Solo got any sort of coverage at all. That's when the Solo trailer dropped and the movie dropped that May. Like it got a teaser during the Super Bowl, a trailer that Monday, and then that was it. And then the movie came out.
Yeah.
Granted, that's not the best example because I think they failed in the marketing of that movie, but
yeah, I remember even here in New York, like every cab had a Rogue One little headlight lamp on the top of it when that was getting ready to come out, where Solo was, like you said, it was like a teaser, a trailer, movie. And I was like, oh yeah. I even remember like, oh yeah, Solo came out today. I need to go to the theater.
Yeah.
It also makes me think about their marketing attempts with these latest shows and how they're doing things different to kind of create that excitement for things that we didn't know existed. So instead of announcing Book of Boba Fett, that was at the end of Mandalorian. And I feel like now they're going to assume this Disney Plus kind of methodology where at the end of each show, it's going to be a crumb of the next show.
Yeah,
I think that's how they'll do it.
Maybe at the end of Book of Boba Fett, it'll do the vice versa of what Mandalorian did. Because Mandalorian did Boba Fett, and then maybe Boba Fett will be showing what Mando's doing before we see Mando Season 3. I feel like that could be happening, but who knows? I mean, I feel like Mando Season 3 is going to... A lot of questions about that show.
yeah.
Do you think they're going to tie in the end of every show into the next show they kind of have in the pipeline?
I don't think so.
I
mean,
hope not. I mean, I could see that for. I mean,
If it makes
is
sense
built
narratively.
Exactly.
in terms of the timeline, Boba Fett and Mandalorian are neck and neck, because I kind of see Book of Boba Fett as Mando Season 2.5. Because, I mean, how they're doing the episodes, too, is by chapters. And I think that once Boba Fett's done with his thing, they're going to relay it right back to Din and whatever him and Bo-Katan are doing on Mandalore. So,
Yeah.
And Bariko has a good point in the chat. Crumb of Andor at the end of Obi-Wan. Like, there's multiple shows that are happening in their own isolated timelines. So if we think about Book of Boba Fett having like a crumb of Mandalorian at the end, and then Mandalorian season 3, a crumb of Ahsoka, then Obi-Wan would start this like crumb of Andor, crumb of things that are within their narrative.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely. That makes
Within
sense.
like 5 years, we can say actually you can watch all of the Disney Plus shows in this order, and they will flow together.
Yeah. Now, it looks like we probably have some other people who are getting ready to want to come in here. So I have a question for everyone here. Nico Antero in the chat says, "Would you see a Lost Stars show or movie? Like, what would you think if they could if they brought it back as a
Movie.
show?"
I feel like Lost Stars, for it being such a great book, I think it has to be a movie.
I agree.
The
I-
timeline of Lost Stars, going from them being like literally 8 to about God, it's almost like 25 towards the end. You would basically have like actors you don't really get attached to if you did it season by season or something like that. So I think having just 1 2-hour movie that uses 3 actors for Sienna and Thane would probably make the most sense. Alphabet Squadron series, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I will definitely be having Chase on to talk about Alphabet Squadron because I've been dying to talk with people who've dove into it. Also, I'm working on a Star Wars philosophy and from a philosophy and religious like viewpoint episode. So hopefully we can do something with that as well.
I would love that.
That sounds cool.
Nice.
Also, Element, would you mind doing the rainbow puke fix on the group scene? Because I think that's what my problem is. Because I look fine on the solo one.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no puke fix on the group scene, unfortunately. The woes of doing it live.
It's all good. It's all good. I will just be purple. It's a very pretty color. And Element, do we have other people who are joining in the waiting room?
We have 2 people waiting.
All right, perfect. So yeah, if everyone here just wants to go ahead and give us where we can find you and your awesome content, and then we'll swap out. We'll go to Luke first.
Okay.
Okay. You can find me and Char on the Pod Ones podcast every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Follow us on TikTok at the Pod Ones podcast and Twitter Pod Ones, and then Pod Ones Pod on Instagram. Char, plug your stuff.
I'm CharCharJ, and you can mainly find me on TikTok at CharCharJ. And just like Luke said, I will be accompanying him every Thursday at the Podwans podcast to talk Clone Wars arcs.
Awesome. And I can't wait to go back on the show.
Umbara, baby. Umbara.
I better be on the show before he goes back on the show.
I need to finish the Clone Wars so I can actually be on the
Yeah.
show.
Yes, you do, Chase.
Wait, I'm forgetting Choco. Was I not there when you were on the pod?
No, you weren't there. Everyone else was.
I
I don't
know.
know if you remember that.
I was out of town.
That was great. I love that.
We wanted to make sure that Char felt bad for missing the episode that I
I
was
know.
on.
I
So-
hopped into council, and you're like, "Wait, is that Charlie Johnson?" Yeah. Wait, where were you today? I was like, I was gone. I couldn't do anything.
X4 Gamer Shields just pointed out there are 28 people in the chat and only 10 likes on the video. Deploy the likes, please. We appreciate. Always appreciate. All of that helps. Yeah, it all helps quite a bit. Additionally, I actually started channel memberships, and my goal is, I want to do more of these streams where we are these community streams, and since sometimes we get lots and lots of people, we can go to channel members first, as well as behind the scenes stuff for our upcoming tabletop campaigns. So gonna have some cool stuff there that'll come out to channel members first. There's a subscribe button if anyone wants to, but it's not required. I'll be pumping out the daily videos. That's the goal. That's where we're going with this. Anyways, thank everyone.
What about Chase?
Chase, yes.
What about?
Where do we find you and your amazing content?
Yeah, just follow me at Forward Into the Black on TikTok. I'll probably start streaming again on Twitch, same name. I haven't done it in so long. So once I kind of figure out what I'm going to do, I'll probably be back on there. But yeah, pretty much every day now, I'll have something up on TikTok.
Sweet.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. We appreciate you. And yeah, may the force be with you always.
Thank you. And with
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Ooh, not that one. All right. So, and this is the thing that was kind of throwing me off is on this scene. Have we brought everyone in?
Just the two that were waiting.
Okay, perfect. I will make sure you guys pop up here. Okay, and that looks like that fixed it. I'm not purple.
You're not Thanos anymore? No.
Yeah,
What fixed it?
it looked like Agatha Harkness came and attacked me. So I can't take full credit for that. That was our boy Jordy Jedi, so appreciate that. But yeah, how are you guys doing? You want to introduce yourselves?
So who talks
Sure,
first? Can I talk
yeah.
first?
I'll talk first. Hello, everybody. My name is Aiden. You can find me at Aiden Talks Star Wars Topics. Make skits. I talk about Star Wars lore and just current Star Wars news. Glad to be here.
And Aerith?
You can find me at Harif Productions on TikTok and They Fly Now Show on YouTube. I host a Star Wars podcast every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome. Love it. And I think both of us have been on They Fly Now, and it's always a lot of fun just hanging out on Mondays talking Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
All right. And
I just followed Aiden back live on stream. I'm really bad at following people back.
but yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of any news of what we're seeing with Kathleen? Anything we're excited for the future, as well as chat? We need to get chat involved. So chat, if you have any questions for these handsome gentlemen, feel free to share them as well.
Well, speaking to the Kathleen stuff, like, is literally no one surprised by this news? Because, like we knew she was getting extended. Like, this has been a thing for like 2 years. But damn, Star Wars YouTube told me that she was gonna get fired for the last like 4 years.
When?
What?
How long?
Mike Zero's
far
not
back?
right?
No.
Heck?
How far back did they actually just come out? And even though it wasn't like a press release, they were like, "Yeah, we're looking forward to more great stories with Kathleen Kennedy."
Yeah, it was April. It was the investors the investors meeting for that quarter, and they were like, "Yeah, she'll be with us for many years to come. Thank you." I mean, of course, she has been wildly successful in the role. Like, Star Wars has never been bigger or more culturally relevant than it is right now. So it's not surprising.
For sure.
Yeah, my whole look or viewpoint on it is like, as a Star Wars fan, especially right now in November of 2021, there's no way you can't be excited because there's something for everyone. In a month, we're getting Book of Boba Fett. Next year, we're getting a whole bunch of content: Kenobi, Bad Batch Season 2, Andor. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. All the High Republic stuff, moving on with that storyline and all those good novels and comics and whatnot. So it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. And I'm just happy that we're living in a time with so much Star Wars, which hasn't really been the norm in previous times, but it's good to be a Star Wars fan right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have an important question in the chat. I have Juan Pablo asking, why is Aiden's hair so beautiful?
I don't know. Good genetics, I guess. I don't know.
Let's see. Julie Christine says, "Wait, they fly now?" And then of course Stardust M says, "They fly now." I feel like I hit the notes right. Also, shout out to Stardust M. I always love your content, and I appreciate you hanging out with us.
She was recently on They Fly Now as well last week. This last episode, that was a fun time.
Yeah, man, I'm getting my butt kicked by They Fly Now. They're getting all these cool people I haven't got on yet. I'm working on it. I'm only one man. How's it going, Starfax?
How's it going? Yeah, I got a kind of unorthodox system going on here. I'm on my phone right now, but I will probably in the future, if I ever get back on, I'll probably get on PC or some better cam. But this is some unorthodox stuff going on here.
No worries, it's all good. We just we love talking Star Wars with people. I know you've wanted to come on before, and just now we're doing it. And phone or not, we just want to make sure this isn't chat roulette, and y'all know what I'm talking about. So
I'm the one that has to see that stuff. But just to clarify, we're taking 3 at a time.
Yes, we're taking 3 at a time. Actually, I think we should take 4 at a time to make ourselves a little more even. So if you're around, let's see here. And so Starfax, anything you are specifically looking forward to, or?
Oh yeah. So I'm just an emphatic Boba Fett fan. I'm so excited for Book of Boba Fett. It's something I've been anticipating for years now. I was always one of those people who was like, yeah, I know Boba Fett's not dead. I know he's probably getting himself out of that Sarlacc pit. And here we are. We are now in a phase where he basically joined the Mandalorian, and now he's got his own spinoff where he basically just took over Jabba's palace. So this is all crazy. This is just such a great moment for me. I mean, it's awesome. I couldn't be happier.
Awesome. That is always good to know. And yeah, I'm super excited for it as well. We have another guest joining, and y'all aren't putting in your names.
Oh shoot! Wait, did I not do
that? What is your name then?
Here we go. Yes. Sorry, my name is Starfax. I'm gonna put that in a second. That's what I go by on TikTok. So yeah, my name is Addison in real life.
And then our new person.
Yeah, I don't know how to put in the names.
Yeah, same.
It's all good. What do you want us to call you?
Hello.
You want to call you hello?
Hello there.
Yeah, no, I'm Jonah. Yeah, that's about it. Hello.
All right, I appreciate it, Jonah. And yeah, I mean, we spoke a little bit before Disney Day happened, but now that it has happened, like, has anything changed for you? What did you think? Were you saddened, disappointed, angered, or
no,
are you cool?
All they revealed every Star Wars project there. I was so happy about it. I was kind of disappointed, especially with all the Marvel stuff that came out. I feel like that kind of Star Wars was like the forgotten child, while Marvel was like, look how we get all these new toys to play with. We're kind of just like, here on the sidelines, like, oh, you have to wait. We'll give you your stuff later. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you can keep going.
Oh no, please continue.
I feel like they could have showed us footage for something like Andor, because I think it wrapped up filming in August, and so I think they would have footage, because during DC Fandom, Flash wrapped up filming 2 weeks before the event, yet they still had footage to show us. I feel like they could have done the same thing with Andor, just like a little tease or something like that. Same with Obi-Wan, maybe.
I personally disagree, because Lucasfilm, like I said, Lucasfilm has this tendency to show footage about 2 months before release. So they're not like Marvel, which shows like footage a year in advance. Unless it's a movie, they tend to like do it like right before, so they like to build anticipation like a couple months before it comes out. Because I feel like Marvel, on the other hand, loves to like throw it out the year earlier and then like build up anticipation that way. So I feel like comparing Lucasfilm to Marvel style marketing is kind of like different because Lucasfilm works on a completely different like marketing team than Marvel has ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he was also talking about DC fandom, and I feel like they have a lot less to worry about, in terms of the scope of their projects incoming, right? So if the Flash wraps, their team is like, well, what do we do? Let's put together a teaser trailer. But then like if they wrap Andor, like on to Lando, they have so much to do.
Also, let's not forget. Yeah, the Flash wrapped like 2 weeks. When was it announced?
Like 20.
That movie was announced. I want to say like 2015, something like that.
Well, I think like announced right after they did Justice League. They announced the Cyborg movie, which is now canceled, and they announced the Flash movie.
Yeah, and so they threw it down. They kicked it around for many years. Everyone had scheduling conflicts, and now it's happened. So like all this stuff isn't unprecedented either. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like mostly that we've been spoiled by Marvel. Like, when have we ever had this much Star Wars content coming out?
I mean, I do think I was expecting more stuff because on the Star Wars, they said that there was going to be new reveals, and I just feel like there wasn't new reveals. Like, they said that themselves. There's going to be new reveals, not a reveal, reveals.
What did they do?
Expectations were maybe a little too high in that regard, then, probably.
Because I know everyone was like quote tweeting a tweet from September, but like I feel like if Lucasfilm had nothing to show, they had nothing to show. I feel like at the end of the day, it's like again, yes, they may have like done it and then been like, and then you know what, like a month later, like we're not going to do it. But like I feel like holding it against them is kind of weird because like again,
being a little
right. I feel like I feel like there are definitely a lot of things that they haven't. If they don't have stuff to say or to like showcase, then that's fine. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with waiting for stuff like that. I feel like they probably have a ton of stuff in their cabinet that they haven't pulled out, and you never want to rush. You've probably seen in the past shows, not Star Wars related, but just ones that were. So we're just rushed, honestly, and you really don't want that to happen if you want a complex and deep show that can attract a lot of attention and yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, and again, hindsight is just kind of a bitch. When Marvel announced all of that whole slate that they announced in like 2012, most of those projects got moved around a lot. Some got canceled, some got switched to TV. So, yeah. Once again, I don't know. It doesn't feel too bad for me. Was I disappointed? Yes. Yeah, I was. I wanted to see something, but is that going to change anything? Do I need it? I don't know.
What role does leaked things
Oh,
play in building us up? Like when they did say that they had a new reveal, and that happened to be the sizzle reel that they had behind closed doors last year, could that not have been a new reveal had it not been really leaked?
I think that's exactly what it was, Element. And like also, just to kind of be a half glass full kind of guy, we also got like the Under the Helmet documentary. And I mean, there was a short clip on Twitter where it was showing off all the logos that were a part of Disney Plus Day. And the Andor logo was in that, and Bad Batch Season 2 was in that. So for me, that was like a further reinforcement like, hey, these projects are still happening. We might not have a release date, but it's a sure thing. So for the whole Disney Plus Day and all that kind of stuff, I'm happy with what we got. Am I a little disappointed that we didn't get more? Of course, but am I happy with what we got? Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. We got a question from the chat. Alyssa Grace is asking if you guys have read the High Republic. What is your favorite book or comic or anything High Republic? Has everyone here read something High Republic?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. And
Nada for me.
Starfax?
Yeah,
Is he
nada.
just okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I said it before, and I know I said it at one point on stream or something, and I remember Element commented on it. I am kind of in the dark on that stuff. I haven't really started to shoot you guys down if you're doing any High Republic conversations, but I gotta hop on that. That's something I've been delayed on. I've just been I've been focusing a lot on shows and movies, and more on a couple other books as well that I've been reading. So I gotta hop on that for sure.
Yeah, I do recommend it.
So, out of the people who have read it, what's your favorite book or comic?
So I would say
Easily Rising Storm. Yeah.
Basic answer: Rising Storm.
Yeah.
Come on. How that book will break you, break your soul.
Element.
My soul tremors every time you say Rising Storm. So for sure, that's one of them. I also am really loving Edge of Balance, and I'm kind of disappointed that the second volume is in May or March.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh no, screen freeze.
Um,
Oh no.
Not for me. So Starfax. I was just being still. And I've kind of jumped around on it a bit, but like all things considered, I still go back to Rising Storm. Just because it impacts, it hits you hard. It does hit you hard, and it leaves. So for everyone else, that's your cue. But you can't just jump straight into Rising Storm. You got to do Light of the Jedi first.
Which is just as good. It's in my top 3 canon books. It's literally Lost Stars, Light of the Jedi, Rising Storm.
That'll do it.
All right, and and Alyssa Grace follows up and says, "I still haven't recovered from Rising Storm." Julia Christine says, "Into the Dark." Also a great one. I'm just gonna preemptively say that Fallen Star is my favorite. I already know. Camilla says, "In the midst of the pain, I do love wholesome joy. High Republic Adventures brings, though." Yeah, DJ was always bringing it with that, and it just makes you feel good. Like if there was an animated show, it should be the High Republic Adventures.
And then he did Trail of Shadows.
Yes, and Trail of Shadows. Speaking of shadows, Alyssa says that hers might be Out of the Shadows, which is Justina Ireland. It's a great one. All right, I got Ace in the chat, who finally got their own YouTube login. What is your favorite Boba Fett scene or quote? Now, obviously, we haven't had a lot of him in the in the films, but if you have any comic moments or anything like that, we'll go around and hit everyone. How about Harris first?
Gotta easily go with like him in The Mandalorian season 2, and he like aims for the rocket and hits the ship and like clashes it. He's like, "I was aiming for the other one." That's all right. I had to do that for Char. How did you do that impression?
That was good. How about Aiden?
In terms of a favorite quote, it's actually it's a newer quote actually from the Book of Boba Fett trailer, where he says, "Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?" That just really stands out as a awesome Book of Boba Fett quote to me. So that's my favorite.
All right, and we lost Starfax, but last but not least, your favorite?
I kind of have two tied ones. One is the deleted scene where him and his standoff with Cad Bane. As much as I didn't want Cad Bane to die, and I like Cad Bane more than Boba Fett, I feel like that was a super cool scene that I still kind of wish was canon, but I'm still happy that we have Cad Bane back anyways. But that, and then the moment in War of the Bounty Hunters when he's like sends the message through Bosk.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I wish I had that moment in live action.
Yeah. I totally forgot about those moments in that comic. What did you think of War Bounty Hunters?
I think it's been pretty good. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but from what I've read really so far, it's pretty good.
Yeah. There's... I always laugh about the scene where he's... I guess that might be a mild spoiler, so I'm not going to say it. Never mind. Well, I guess
it doesn't... balance?
No, I guess it doesn't ruin anything, but like, there's a shadowy figure talking to Dr. Aphra, and then she's just like, yeah, no, I know things because I'm an archaeologist. Like I totally recognize the voice of a clone that's in a million hollows from all over the galaxy. And he's like, you don't know me? And she's like, sure I don't. But you're like, oh yeah, he just sounds like all of the clones. I don't know, it always makes me laugh.
I love Dr. Aphra.
Yeah.
My bad for the technical difficulty. I didn't close out my Discord, so it completely screwed up my process. But I actually got the name up too now, so we're good. My bad.
Nice.
My bad.
Just in time to give us your favorite Boba Fett moment,
Perfect.
And then after that we'll have you guys say where we can find you all and swap them out.
Okay, so this is referring to like on screen or comics, or does it matter?
Anywhere, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm probably gonna stick to on screen. I think, man, it never gets old. I always go back to the scene where he dons his armor for the first time in a while and just beats up on that entire group of stormtroopers and ends up, doing everything. It was such an awesome scene, seeing him come back and finally giving him some justice as a character. For the most part, his entire career, he was so legendary. Everybody loved how he looked, but he had a very unharmonious end with the Sarlacc and him getting hit off by blind Han. So just I don't know. In general, it was so cool seeing him in the Mandalorian, especially with the refurbished armor later on, and it's gonna be so cool seeing him more in action for Book of Boba Fett, and I can't wait for them to just dive deeper into a lot of the lore that he has, especially with the type of weapons and stuff that he dons, and all of his equipment, as well as just working with Fennec Shand, and just it's going to be so awesome. So that's definitely what I'm looking forward to. It's going to be the pinnacle of my Star Wars experience for this year for sure.
I mean, he is the pinnacle of cool.
Yeah, yep.
Brooke in the chat says...
I remember you'd said earlier about how, or I don't know if it was on this stream, I don't think it was the stream. You'd said something about how, or I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about how they basically based an entire race, like Mandalore and the Mandalorians. That was all off of
Didn't
Boba
exist.
Fett. So it's just
people like that guy's badass.
How awesome and how just how iconic he looks. It had created an entire society. So really cool.
Brooke in the chat says, let's just say they might recognize my face. I love that. That was a great line as well. How about you, Pep?
Probably the first time that we saw him in the second season, where he just turned around, I was like, that's Tamora. Because that's Boba Fett returned. And then that coupled with like him swinging around the gaffi stick and just showing that he is a lot more dangerous than the weapons that he dons. So yeah, just him finally revealing himself to have returned.
That gives me a Parks and Recs vibe when Ben walks in with a folder, and like he looks, and Ron has like a big bow and arrow, and he's like, "You can't have that in here. That's dangerous." And he's like, "Son, that folder is more dangerous in my hands than this bow and arrow is in yours." And like that's Boba Fett there for sure. One other thing I always think about is that actually kind of gives some heart to the character is from the book Dark Disciple. Like, we know before, that book was meant to be an arc on the Clone Wars. And before the last time he had interacted with Asajj Ventress, she had left him in a box and, like, dipped out. But he was still willing to help her and stuff because she actually appealed to his heart. And I thought that was really interesting and cool. But yeah.
Yeah, currently listening to that one right now, Dark Disciple.
Ah, it's so good. It's so good. For anyone who hasn't, check it out.
Got my list of books to get to. It just keeps piling.
But yeah, if you guys want to go around, let us know where we can find you and your amazing content. And then we will bring in what is going to be the last group. We love talking to everyone. Can't do it all night, so we appreciate it. But yeah, if you'll, Harith?
Again, like I said earlier, Harith Productions on TikTok, and They Fly Now Show on YouTube, 5 p.m. Pacific, every Monday, except for last week.
Awesome. Starfax? All right, good talk. Follow Starfax. Aiden talk Star Wars.
Like I said previously, you can all follow me at Aiden Talk Star Wars Topics on TikTok, and you can follow me on YouTube by the same name. I love talking about Star Wars, make skits, make lore content, and just keep up with Star Wars news.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all coming on. Yay! It's back just in time to say good night. So yeah, we are gonna wrap up this this group. But if you want to share, where everyone can follow you.
Yeah, just Stormy Davis 21 on TikTok. Where you can follow me. That's really all I have at the moment. Yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate you coming on again. And yeah, we're gonna do more and more of these because I don't know. I think it just builds people. You guys can connect with each other, and maybe y'all can go on They Fly Now, and everyone should start their own podcast. It's awesome.
This is the High Ground Mixer.
High Ground Mixer for sure. Also, Brooke says Boba Fett is a Ron Swanson variant confirmed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like to believe so. Alrighty. So you guys have a good one, and we will go ahead and swap them out. Thank you for joining.
Yep.
Thanks for having us on.
Yes. Thanks for coming. Alrighty. Sorry, Ada, you will have to actually leave, but I swapped the scene so they can't see you.
Well, no, I can hang them up too.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to bring them in or no? Vamp really quickly.
I want to just take a moment to kind of catch up with the chat. So we're here, and anyone you want to shout out in the chat, Pep?
Oh, just a shout out to everybody. Jack Brody. I know I'm gonna do that 9 Nun character profile. He keeps on sending me DMs on the weekly. He's like 9 Nun profile or we riot, and I'm just like, every time I try to sit down and do it, I'm just like, should I explain the full prophecy? And then that's how my content creation works. Like it just pops in.
You sit down to make something else, and then that pop. Yeah, no, that's about it. Yeah, I always every time the name pops up, I inside joke with my little brother, my little brother is 25 now. Just would laugh hysterically whenever I would do my impression of him, because in Return of the Jedi, like Lando looks over and says something to him, and he looks back and goes, "Atahari muriara muriara mukia," huh? And yeah, my little brother just laughed hysterically the entire time.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they came up with Kiarimundi.
Probably. Let's see here. Ace Booker says gives me Django and Zam Wessel vibes. And speaking about Fennec, yeah, I can definitely see that. I want to see more, because we don't get a lot of like sniper love, and like it's a important job.
And when we do, they go to the dark side, or they turn.
Ven Skywalker, shout out to Ven and his lightsaber videos. You should follow Ven. He's got mad flow. Ven Skywalker says, I'd love to see an SNL skit where Johnny Depp plays Hondo. I mean, I could see that. I could see Captain Jack Sparrow is a Hondo variant for sure.
I agree. I'd also like a character created specifically for Uncle Roger. If you know, you know.
I would love that so much. I have one request that it not be one certain species.
Oh man, yeah. No, it's just him.
Yeah.
Someone tries to like fabricate a lightsaber and they're putting everything like in reverse, and he's like, "Hi, you don't know how to do the lightsaber." He's like, he's an associate of Hondo.
I can see that for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring in the final group. What is up, Chris?
Hello, what have we here?
Oh, for first time on the high ground, we have Brian. Brian with a beard.
I was on the first community stream, like a million months ago.
Oh, you were. That's right. That's how I figured out you had an amazing setup. And I was like, why isn't he on all of the time?
He's a nonchalant guest, though. He just comes in and is like, I'll say what I'm going to say.
Yeah, we had a good time. I've been on two podcasts in the last 5 days.
Awesome.
See, look at you.
And then we have this handsome man down here, Malik, our fearless GM.
Hey.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I was full of fear. I was full of lots of fear based on what you guys pulled in that one. But hey, I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, I certainly appreciate y'all coming on. If what's got you excited? That's coming up, and how disappointed were you on last Friday? And can Star Wars recover?
I mean, to be honest, I wasn't disappointed because I knew I wasn't going to get a Lando crumb, and so they just met that expectation. The fact that all these people were like, "We didn't get Kenobi," and I'm like, first time.
Welcome to the club.
Is it one of those expect to be disappointed, and then
Yes.
you won't be disappointed?
Yeah.
100%. For me, I didn't really expect much other than that teaser that was leaked the day before anyways. I thought we might get at least what Marvel did, where they're like, these are the shows coming up next year, and they didn't do anything, so it was slightly below my really low expectations, but I wasn't disappointed by that.
Okay, Kevin Feige.
Well, you know what though? I now that
winning.
you say that, it makes me wonder if they were like, we went too big last year. Like, it's all the same things. They wanted new reveals, and they're like, but it's just the same stuff. We haven't gotten there yet. I don't know. What do you think, Malik?
With me, I didn't see as a hard I didn't really mind it because I figured I'm gonna get it eventually. I was kind of annoyed when I would see all the other announcements. It was just spammed with nothing but people complaining and ask for Kenobi now. So I'm like, all right, it's to the point where I kind of want them to not show anything despite these people. But still, I didn't get Star Wars. I still got fed well because of Marvel. So I'm I'll get it eventually.
What's disappointing for me is when I was live streaming for it, and I found out that the rest of my stream is going to be refreshing the notifications and just waiting for announcements. And the one thing that takes my stream down is not a Star Wars thing. It is Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm. That was funny. Yep. I mean, I will say the biggest miss though was like the whole thing. Obviously on Twitter, stupid, but like the bare minimum is like just go over everything that's coming out in 2022. Like that's the point, right? Is like this is the stuff you're gonna see next year, and Star Wars did nothing really, pretty much.
Yeah.
Marvel announced the stuff, but only one thing was confirmed for next year. Everything else just said coming soon, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird.
I maintain it's weird because I thought we'd get something Andor because Rogue One was the surprise movie in some of the screenings too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I kind of feel like rather than doing the Twitter, Instagram thing, they could have just released a press release on their website. It's like, this is all the stuff.
But they got millions of people to tune into Twitter, which, whatever.
Maybe Jack wrote him a big check.
Yeah, hopefully next year they'll do like a YouTube stream, at least something like DC Fandom did online this year. I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully.
Or maybe they were like, we want to win the day. We're gonna wait and we're gonna go separate so that we aren't sharing the platform with 1,000 Marvel products.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Speaking of Marvel products, what'd you guys think of the Spider-Man trailer?
The fandom has
looks so good.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. We were on, was it last night? Last night we talked about it for a few hours in VC. We were like watching it together on screen share, and we were like trying to find everything. Like when you see Peter in the black Spider-Man suit, he literally has his phone duct taped to his chest. You can see the straps of duct tape, and someone's on like FaceTime or something. And like then we were trying to figure out who, because it's so pixelated. Like, is it MJ and Ned, or is it like someone from another dimension? Who knows?
Interesting.
I didn't see it. I mean, maybe it's Doctor Strange on the other.
I like the
line.
detail that all.
Oh, I was just gonna say maybe it's Doctor Strange and he's
I like
using that to see what's
Oh.
happening, and so that he can conjure things and send his abilities to him. But sorry, what were you gonna say, Malik?
I just like the detail that all the villains are coming in their like old original attires from the movies, but then as they come to the MCU verse, they have like new, upgraded, and ultimately, like in some cases for Electro and Goblin, a little better outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out who Tom Holland is fighting. Some people even told me it was Mysterio. I don't know if that makes sense.
I mean, maybe. Is anyone?
I
really
still
dead?
don't believe that he actually died.
Yeah.
Or it could be a Mysterio variant
same.
that's actually from the universe he said. That would be hilarious.
That's true.
And that is the actual sand elemental.
Yeah, also the thing that I always kind of, how do you beat Sandman? You can't. Like in the last movie, they just made him sad and he left. How do you beat him?
You turn him to
Water.
glass. I don't know.
Vacuum
Call
cleaner.
Toff Bay Fong.
I actually like the glass thing. Superheat the
You
sand.
superheat him and he melts into a block. Like that would be somewhat a thing. I don't know.
No, you're not wrong. I just feel like he gets better every time. Like he's like, yeah, that worked, but I'm back, and you're like,
Yeah. Yes, it is hard to beat something that is like an amorphous, just whatever. How do you punch something that just like you go to punch it and it just opens up around your hand? You're like, what do I do? It just keeps hitting you.
Brooke says Spider-Man doesn't have to fight Mysterio. Taylor Swift already took him down.
That was my joke yesterday. I was like, if Jake Gyllenhaal shows up as Mysterio again, I'm like, can he please be like wearing a red scarf and like, but like somewhere in the background you just hear All Too Well playing like on the radio, and he's just like, what is that song?
I watched Saturday Night Live with my wife the other like yesterday, and Taylor Swift plays her song, and after a while, my wife turns, she's like, "This is a really long song," and then and then the very next skit that they go to is a Weekend Update, and they're like, "Man, don't ever break up with her because she'll sing about it for 10 minutes on live television."
Yeah, because I watch SNL like usually just for Weekend Update. Unless it's an actor that I like or a comedian that I like, then I'll watch the whole thing for the skits. And so I was like, watching it on Hulu, and I was like, this is usually where Weekend Update it. Man, she's still. Oh my God, she's still going.
10 minutes later.
All right, so I'm going to get a final prediction. I'm going to hold you all to it. Who is the sixth member of the Sinister Six?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Mike Zero and Doomcock just together. They are the sixth man.
I feel like Doomcock is going to take off the mask one day and just be Mike Zero, and no one's going to be surprised. Everyone's going to be like, yeah.
It was
Makes sense.
No, but seriously, I think it could still be Mysterio. I think there needs to be a villain from the MCU Spider-Verse.
Okay.
And Vulture's going to be in Morbius.
Could
Ned
it be
Goblin.
Morbius? Ned Goblin.
Yeah,
Variant of Ned.
Well, we see Ned in the final battle. He's holding onto the flagpole when MJ falls.
But that's our Ned.
Yes.
Oh.
But it could be other dimensional Ned, which would be cool, except that it kind of breaks the whole they're just characters from the other Spider-Man universes we've seen. So it would be cool. It just breaks the pattern, which is fine. I'm not mad about that. If we had Ned as another Green Goblin,
if he's just if our Ned turns and he's like, God damn it, I have so much already on my plate, dude. Couldn't wait a week.
Damn, I look badass. I need that. They just a grenade thrown at him. He's like, shit.
Brooke says, I'm going with Vulture.
I would love if Vulture.
Yes, but
he was such an amazing villain. CB says, I think it's Venom, or if Vulture gets out of prison.
Bail Organa.
Yeah. How do we think Venom is factoring into all this? Because we now know he's in the MCU.
And there was reports of Tom Holland being on set at one point in time when Venom was filming. So I still don't know, but they could have shot a little something together then that gets placed into the movie.
What if Venom comes to help him out? That's who's punching Lizard.
I want to see Venom, the symbiote's what? We got here too late, and all the fighting is done, and he's like, damn it. And,
well, so the real question still though is, because we didn't get this in the trailer, are the other Spider-Men showing up? Because now people are starting to think maybe not as likely.
I don't.
What's causing them to think that way?
Because they didn't show.
Everyone thought they were gonna get that was gonna be they're gonna show that off, and unless they're edited out of all the clips, they very, very much cherry pick scenes. You don't see them, so it's I don't know.
Marvel's edited out a lot of things, or edited in a lot of things that never make it to the final cut. I mean, there is the Brazilian version of the trailer which shows the Lizard getting punched out by air. So unless
makes no sense.
Spider-Man's been watching Dragon Ball and learned something from Kami, I don't see that happening.
But that's also, Lizard is not even jumping at Spider-Man, so it's you'd think there is something he's attacking. So there's something invisible there.
Yeah, I think it's perfect though that they aren't going to show it to us, because we're already going to see the movie. The purpose of the trailer is to make people see the movie.
Yes.
And I think one of the worst trailers in history was BVS, Batman vs Superman, because I saw the whole movie. I knew everything in the movie from the trailer, and the order everything was going to happen in, and like even the one where they didn't show Doomsday, I was like, oh, that's Doomsday. Okay, so then this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, and then I watched the movie. I was like, okay, and it kind of made me feel bad, and I kind of like going in here not knowing.
Mm-hmm. To me, the worst trailer is I think it was the first Age of Ultron one, because it set up Ultron as this uber menacing villain like he is in the comics, and then we just got robot Tony Stark. Voiced by James Spader, which is, instantly an improvement, but
that's a character that can come back. Maybe we get like an MCU villain, villain in there.
What are the chances if it's not the Spider-Man, it's an X-Men?
That's what Jay Stoops was talking about, because they're fighting on the Statue of Liberty like they did in the first X-Men movie.
It's Wolverine.
Oh
it's Toad, and he's just like, you know what happens when a spider gets...
Like everything else that happens to Lightning.
And then everyone just goes, oh.
No, not everyone. Like all the millennials just go.
Everyone in the theater, everyone, like all the actors and stuff, and everyone's just like, get out. We gotta stop fight. Get out. I don't know. All right. Going back to Star Wars though. What do we think about any potential game news? Because there's some hints that Respawn might be announcing something soon. There was some cryptic tweets from Cameron Monorail.
I think it's just Monahan. Monorail.
Monotone.
Cal
Cal Kestis be tweeting on us today, and he said tomorrow.
Yeah, what do you think?
Tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So we'll find out very soon whether it is, Respawn game or it's just like some Gotham nonsense. I don't know.
I hope it's not Gotham nonsense.
5 years ago, so who cares?
If we do get a Fallen Order 2 thing, I hope we can actually, decapitate stormtroopers. So one thing that was missing from that game, give me that Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, lightsaber combat.
Oh, there's in the comments. I was waiting for that. Fallen Order news.
Yeah. I swear, if we get Fallen Order news tomorrow, yeah.
I gotta be careful what we talk about. I know Brooke's not too far in that. Well, like not done with that game yet. But I have a theory that I can't say.
There will be plenty of times for that, because even if they announce it tomorrow, we won't see it for at least a year.
Oh yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
They're just gonna announce the logo.
Pretty much.
I just want to know what the Ubisoft game is. So bad.
Maybe they'll rent out a whole theater in LA just to show off a 5-second teaser.
I saw that happening. I knew about it. I was like, oh man, it's cool. I mean, I would go to meet some of the people, of my mutuals and stuff there. And Coy Jean Giraud got to host it, and I've been watching him since Marvel Movie News on the Popcorn Top Network, 2015. But wouldn't go for a trailer. It's a trailer. What are you supposed to do for the next?
At least, I mean, okay, so at least they walked out Tom Holland to talk to the that was cool. There was some stuff, but yeah, if it was just drive all the way downtown to go see a 2-minute trailer, that would have been
nah.
The silliest
not unless
thing.
you're paying me.
Yeah. I mean, you go meet up with your friends, your TikTok friends and your Twitter friends. You get to go hang out.
But he just goes to Disneyland with them already.
There you go. Well, yeah, too. That's true. we're not on that list. To get the free invite for the Disney cruise yet. Soon.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's the ultimate goal. That's why we're here. So yeah, if I make that, I'll let you know. But all right, yeah. Let's go around and give any final thoughts or shout outs or things we're excited for. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, whatever we got. And then let us know where we can find you and your amazing stuff. We will start with Brian with the beard, Brian with the bread, Brian with the beard bread, Brian with the bread beard.
Brian with the ginger beard.
You're right there, Chaka.
I was like, I've never actually said this out loud, and it's more difficult than I thought.
You'd be stealing. We're getting a cease and desist letter tomorrow.
Bearded bread bear. Brian.
For She-Hulk, which we got a little crumb of, and then my big surprise for me was the Spider-Man freshman year animated series. That'll be pretty cool. For me, I am Brian with the beard, but for the most part, you can only find me on Twitter at gingerbeardman with 3s instead of E's.
You gotta put that style on it. I like it. Malik.
So it's just Marvel we're excited, or can we do Star Wars? What we're excited for?
Oh, I said everything. Yeah, everything. Star Wars,
cool.
Marvel, DC, wrestling.
That too, but I just want to say, as an avid High Republic reader, I read the comics a lot, and they just announced one of the latest issues is going to be Avar Kriss versus Lorna D. So, yeah, like I'm hyped. I need it yesterday. But yeah, also Midnight Horizon, the Nile Masquerade. Like what? The Nile are in like fine suits and dresses with like the mask. I'm like, what is happening here? I need to know more. Like Marcion Rowe already has the drip. Like he's going to like eat it at this thing.
He joined the Court of Owls, apparently. I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah, and you can find me on TikTok at the Jedi Smark. I talk about wrestling, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever I feel like talking about. Yeah, also I have a podcast. Exclamation point! It's a podcast. I always have to add the exclamation point because people find it hard to like find us without the exclamation point.
Awesome. I love it. And again, there will be forthcoming news. Hopefully next Saturday we'll begin me posting the first bit of our tabletop campaign.
Yes. So excited for everyone to like just like experience like the madness.
It went off the rails. Anyways, last but not least, we have Chris.
Yeah, so things I'm excited for. So Marvel wise, I'm excited for She-Hulk as well. Yes, like let's get that Marvel Law stuff in there. And Star Wars, I'm excited for Kenobi, Ahsoka, Acolyte, whenever we find out more about that. Disney, please just give me a crumb of Lando information. I'm gonna start a club. Instead of jackets, we're gonna have capes. The members of that so far are me and Saint Pat. I'm gonna ask Jay Stoobs since she
I'll join that.
Okay, y'all are joining. Okay,
I'm also in. Like, yeah, you didn't think as a child I've listened to Childish Gambino since because of the internet. Like, yeah, maybe yeah, I'll be joining that.
Camp. Yeah.
Yes, cape instead of jackets.
I love Childish Gambino music.
And yeah, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok at Star Wars Lawyer. And yeah.
Nice. Are you going to be jumping into the new Pokemon game that's about to drop?
Yes, it's pre-ordered. I will play it. I won't be able to play it this weekend because I'll be in New York with several mutuals of ours hanging out. So I'll play it when I get back. I'll stream it. And also, I forgot to mention I have a podcast that Chaco mentioned earlier on this stream, Too Black, Too Nerdy, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Nice.
And just so you guys know, I always do the hand sign. That's not approved by any members of the podcast. I just made it up myself.
I was gonna say, is that
Is it
sign
actually
language, or
ASL?
is that just like you just made that up?
Yeah. They did. I mean, those are the ASL letters for
To be.
Yeah, to B to N.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, I just I'm
Gotcha.
thank make it a thing.
It's fine.
Um,
It's a thing.
It's a thing now.
Anyhow, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks everyone who's still in the chat. CB, Scheming for Sriracha, Alyssa, Grace, the 1KQ, Brooke. We have Ben Skywalker. We have Beth, Maury J Skywalker, and just all the best people. AJ Suave, Emma Skywalker. Have a wonderful life day. Thank you all for coming on, and may the force be with you always.